Hey everybody, I can't exactly call this a day 9 or a day 10 or whatever it is because things have gone a little bit slowly. Tony's gone south for a week to spend time with his family, so I can only do what I can do pretty much on my own. But since the last video, my solar sparky's been, and he's put some outside 15 amp power points on the side of my workshop container, which means I can now ultimately bring the caravan down and plug straight into that. So he's run that cable all the way along the top of the container. He hasn't quite finished, but he's close. There's that hanging over top. And he's joined it up the top, ready to go into the house. Now he's also going to wire up for me some outdoor power points, because I'm going to need some for the water supply and so on. Meanwhile, while he's done that, I figured out the ins and outs for hots and colds down here. Went down to the local pump shop and they gave me all these strange fittings that I've never dealt with before. But we're now running Blue Stripe 1-inch water pipe. This is the hot water straight into the house, and this is the cold water straight into the house. So I've got from the water tank at the moment going directly into the house for cold water. It's also piggybacking out. Now I've got a loop at the moment, but if you can imagine, halfway between there is a hot water heater. Takes cold water in, spits hot water out, goes straight into the house. I've left this here so I can connect the water ultimately and make sure everything works properly before we disconnect the water in the caravan. So that's done. And then on the inside, jack room's the same. Got the stereo cabinet in. That thing was a bit heavy. More speakers because why not? And we've made a start on the office. So ultimately, workspace for Rochelle and I. And yes, there's a lot of monitors in there. And in the kitchen, it's starting to look a bit more like a kitchen. Rochelle's happy. She's found her coffee machine. Under here, this was a bit of a nightmare. So we now have a Z7 1 micron sediment filter. Now apparently, because we're going straight off the water tank, this is going to be blocked up about every 3 months, and there's not much we can do about it until we get our house water system, and then we'll go from water tank to 10 micron to 5 micron to 1, and then it will last about a year. But until then, this should stop us from getting ringworm and tapeworm and so on. Look it up, it's pretty nasty. And I put a T-piece in here for when we get our fridge, and I can run filtered water straight through the fridge, so I've got awesome cold water. Okay, now the original house came with these weird plastic pipes, this type of thing, and flexible hoses. I mean, really, it's pretty nasty. When I put it on, it looks disgusting. So Kim says, if you can make it fit, make it fit. Again, down to the local pump shop, they found me. Turned out this is 40mm, which is great, but the pipe in the ground is 45mm, and nobody in Australia uses that. It's either 50 or 40. So there's a bit of a MacGyver trick here to try and get it to seal. I really hope that it does. It's all glued. Everything's just weird angles and doesn't look overly smart, but hopefully it is fully functional. Meanwhile, I have to dig a trench to hide the hose so we don't drive over it. But apart from that, that's about as much as we've gotten done. I have some help with me tonight, tomorrow, so we should be able to get some more furniture in, and all going to plan. Our couch actually fits. There's 2 more pieces to go. Anyway, for those of you following, that's the update for this time. There should be more photos coming up, and I'll send you a video as things progress.